Morning, everyone. Yes, it's morning. Um, yeah. What do you ask? What are you asking about? If you don't wanna, my dog's name is Koi Koi. Koi Koi, Kuykuy. Hey, yeah, to you, Samreen and Sai Priyanka. Um, if I were to do readings for you, which would you rather not to tell me the question, or do you want to tell me the question? I'm giving people option now to either if they want to tell me the question. If you want to keep it a secret, that's fine. No, it's just as a nickname. Okay, thanks, Samreen. It's just a nickname that my mom kind of was. It just came up in her mind, and I was like, "Oh, that's cute." Yeah, let's chit chat. I always need. I like friends. I'm trying to do some arm muscle exercises so I don't look so scrawny on camera. What's up? Hello. So this is like behind the scenes stuff. I'm trying to look not to look so scrawny. um, I'm from Virginia, USA. I'm born and raised in Virginia, USA, but my parents are from the Philippines. I'm not telling you anything, just do my reading. Okay, if you say please, maybe I'll do it. Please and thank you. Yeah. Yeah, and just give me some moments. Trying to set up here. Okay. Thank you, Siva. So, hey everybody, nice to see everybody's names. Cigar Panda, very nice to see you. I don't think I've read for you before. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to bring a symbol here for Sai Priyanka real quick. Yes, I remember. Amen. We spoke yesterday. That's a name I'll never forget. Catherine, morning. Aww. Where are you from? Amen. Just curious. I always kind of, and you have to tell me like city. You don't have to tell me your address or anything. I just want to know where people are writing from in the world. I think it's really neat that technology allows people to connect so easily. I actually have a day job, which I begin. I'm an office worker by day, and then I actually had the whole week off last week, so I had a lot of time to just you know, connect with y'all. So, Pakistan, okay, perfect. So many people I meet are from that area. Spirituality is so prevalent over there, so that's really cool in your culture. I'm gonna go ahead and get focused here on the readings this morning. I'm gonna bring a little symbol here. I'm not gonna spend too much time for Sai Priyanka's question. Usually I tend to spend, especially in the beginning when I give people if I give a reading for somebody for the very first time, I try to spend some time with them, you know, and not just give like one simple sign, because I kind of want to let you guys know that yeah, the more time you spend with me, usually the clearer the messages come through. But if you already trust me, if you trust what I do, and if like a little symbol here, little symbol will do it, which I think Sai Priyanka trusts me, so I'll go ahead and try to answer whatever question they have in their head fairly quickly, and then I'll be able to get out to some new subscribers, okay? Okay. Same special message from the universe for me. I love how you guys are asking. So beautiful. So nice. Asking from the universe. Alright, here we go. So Priyanka, I know you have a question in your head. Good morning, everybody. Or good evening, wherever you are. It's morning where I'm at. I had a really fun day yesterday. Went to go eat a all-you-can-eat crab feast with my friend. I had so many laughs yesterday. So great. Now I'm kind of back. It's gonna be a busy day for me. Okay, here we go. Good food, good mood. Yes. So, just wanna invite Spirit here with me. Sai Priyanka. I said it right? Sai Priyanka, yeah. Okay. So, Sai Priyanka, Eight of Wands is coming through as first omen here. This is usually a pretty good card, but I can't assume anything yet as of right now. This is just the first card, and this usually carries the very least amount of weight in my readings, but this usually deals with things feeling like they're in motion, a lot of communication likely happening. I got this card once when I had met somebody and it felt like we were already in love. This could mean like a lot of work is getting done, a lot of just back and forth exchange. Okay, so I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, so pretty good here. I think this is your energy. I think your main goal, main focus, main objective here is to basically create a sense of balance, and that has to deal with going in a particular direction, keeping a particular attitude, particular approach, and one that emphasizes the need to keep everything in moderation and be very vigilant of like, okay, is this necessary? Do we need to take it this far? You know, just just trying to avoid anything in excess. Um, Also, when I first started tuning in here, I started to hear laughing. So this is a really good sign too. When I just hear that, that usually is an indication to me that there's some kind of gateway to enlightenment here and joy. One more. So nice. I won't say great thing, but like people have the nice, the good. There's a good attitude here. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. Yep. So basically, Spirit says, I can feel like you just want the window of opportunity to remain there. You want it to be there. This window, whatever this opportunity is, this chance, this whatever it is that you have your eye on, you want it. You want to chance at it. You want to be able to have your go, and so that's definitely there. And Spirit is basically here beside you, be like, yeah, it's good. Go ahead, try it, live. Okay, and last here, yes. There you are. Peace, enlightenment, very good. Active energy here, and then I'm gonna ask Spirit where they guide you, and then this should be it. Perfect. They want you to keep going. All right, that's for you. Okay, so hello, new subscribers. Thank you, Cypronka. So I'm gonna go. Good food, good mood. Okay, so I don't think I've ever read for Cigar Panda. Diva Tarot, I've never read. Catherine, I've never read for you before, so I want to give Catherine or Cigar an opportunity to let me know if they want me to read them. And also, please, if I read you, if you've posted a question here, I actually prefer not to know anything about your question. I don't want to know anything at all. And then I usually just tune in and just trust and I just bring in the signs and I talk about them very organically. So I just rather not know anything about what you're asking about. And you just hold it in your mind or you send it out to the universe in your mind to yourself. And then, yeah, we'll just let Spirit do the rest. So if Cigar Panda doesn't say anything, I'm gonna go with Catherine. See, Catherine, I already saw something that you have to do with has to do with a. Oh, here we go. I'll just read it. Is George my twin flame? Is he under a spell? I don't know. All I do is close my eyes and I receive signs and then I talk about it. So I could do that for you. Let's just do that. All right. So here we go. Catherine. I think I need to reshuffle. I usually shuffle. I didn't shuffle. 1 second. Also, if you guys never seen me before, this is a valid question. Is he under spell? I respect everybody's questions. And so sometimes I'll ask you guys to rephrase the question in a different way. But I want you guys to have your own experience as if maybe I'm just like an 8-ball, if you want to say, and the 8-ball will answer you. So Spirit may give a tailored question, specific, that will reflect the question you asked, but sometimes they'll just talk about what am I talking about? Let me just read. Hold on. Good morning, everyone. So the omen coming here through for Catherine is the Fool card. This carries the least amount of weight in my readings. So this usually, I'll talk about this very briefly. This usually just will indicate either a new beginning, a creative spark, or just somebody following their heart. Whatever, it's kind of an impulsive, innocent kind of card where people may not be thinking about the consequences and mostly wanting to live in the moment. Okay, but that's just the theme. I'm gonna close my eyes and get a sense here. Catherine. Okay, so pretty simple what's coming through here for you, Catherine. I think this is this. I think this is likely your higher self, and I'm translating it. They basically put your consciousness inside of me for a moment, and I'm basically saying, I love him. I love him, and that is it. I love him, and that is it. And then one last thing came through here was, and I don't want to create trouble. I don't want any trouble. I love him, and that's it. And I don't want to create any trouble. That's what's coming through. That kind of reflects here the Fool card. You're just being kind of free and open and following whatever actually makes you feel good. Okay. Okay. And Spirit is coming through here with a symbol of mine that they'll show me when I need to tell somebody that they're likely engaging in some kind of habit or activity that basically harms themselves unintentionally. So you might be overthinking things or opening some kind of Pandora's box where it's much better to keep that door kind of closed in order truly to respect oneself, so that your energies go towards more things that are more productive rather than things that I mean, you don't even know where it's going to lead, right? And one last thing let's read the here we go. Perfect. There you are, enlightenment. And were you guiding? Perfect. Farther and farther out, bigger energy. Okay? So that's for you. And if I were to say if that's a yes or no answer, I would probably say no, they're not under a spell. Okay. Thank you so much, Catherine. Again, my name's JP. And welcome to my channel. And I'll go ahead and go with... I think have I read from Molly? Akash PJ, I've never read for. Diva, are you still here? So I'll go with Diva, if they're still here. Hey Deepo, Deepsu. Okay, I think I might go with PJ. I think they've been here the longest. It seems like PJ Lav is the one that's been here the longest. So also you gotta let me know you're still here, y'all, okay? Okay, and I feel like Molly, you were here the other day, is that right? Okay, so I'm gonna go with Molly because their name seems really familiar, and then it's gonna be I'm gonna go with PJ. Okay, and then we'll see what comes. Yes. Hey, Deep Suit, I see you. Okay, I just want to let you know I see you. You're in my mind. You don't need to copy and paste anything else. Okay, so just hang on. All right, Molly. Here we go. If you guys, everybody could double tap the screen for me, that would really help me out. And like the video, I appreciate it. Thank you. If you can. No pressure. Okay, Molly. Molly, take a deep breath for me. Or take a deep breath with me. And hold that question in your head. Let's pick a card here for Molly. Set the tone. Okay. All right, so whatever you asked about, Molly, obviously entails some kind of sad feelings, loss, disappointment. Doesn't mean anything yet, okay? So stay neutral. It just means that this is likely involved in the question. Okay. So for here, Molly, the first impression that's coming through is I'm hearing I can try a different way. I can try a different way. Okay. And then there's also the word level-headed is coming through here. So maybe a call to stay in balance. And literally, I started to see like, say there's like two houses separated from each other, and then there's like this walking board, and then you're walking on the board trying to keep your balance, walking across from one house to the other, and you're like being careful. So are you already planning to make an exit here? Which looks to me is going to be a little bit disappointing and sad, to say the least. So I can't tell if this is what you're already working towards or walking towards, or if this is your highest guidance coming through. And I'm going to clarify that now. So here you are. You're okay. You're kind of okay. Okay. So you were showing me you were kind of in the levels of pride, courage, and neutrality, which is telling me you're probably going through some kind of like a place of defensiveness to slowly to a place of like, okay, let me try to see my future a little bit let me try to create a different future than what I thought it was gonna look like. And then you basically trying to be cool, calm, and collected, and then you landed in the levels of love, which is basically unconditional love, which is a pretty good place to be. I don't know what that means, but where are you trying to guide them here? There you go. Peace and enlightenment. I'm gonna get this for you. So I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is guidance, but why am I feeling like I'm saying I want attention now. I want attention now. Okay, and one last thing to clarify this thing, and then I'll move on. Hopefully you got your clarity here. Okay, I feel like that attention part really is attention to yourself, energy to yourself. I think you're making a choice here because I think you're feeling mixed signals with whatever. I think you're probably likely in a position to be in the middle and you don't know what to do, but I think you know the right thing to do, which is basically you wanting a new beginning, to start anew and to begin to do things a little bit differently now, starting moving forward. So to continue giving away energy to things without compromising your own self-growth. That's your challenge now. Okay, because you gave away too much in the past to where you're like, okay, can't do that again. All right? Does this resonate? It's for you. All right, so we're gonna go with, I think we're gonna go with PJ. I'm sorry, it just kind of froze. Did I touch on your question though? I just want to make sure that I touch on your question. I feel so bad. whenever anybody tells me that they're okay, that they're dealing with things like this, I always get the call to pray over them. What I do, this is like, I've studied like healing and energy healing and like mediumship. Like I've studied a lot of it, all of it basically. So I've prayed for people who've had cancer, and all of them are well today. So I'm gonna take a picture right now because I feel called to pray over you. So I want to do that for you, Molly. I'm gonna take a picture so I get your picture so I can pray over you later. Okay. Yes, just all send the good vibes. Okay. All right, I'll be okay. Yes, Molly. I hope to see you. We'll see you soon. Okay. Okay. So PJ, hello. PJ, just hold a question, whatever the topic you want to present to Spirit as of now, and try to avoid questions like what's coming towards me or what does my future look like, because when you ask questions like this, I say this all the time, I'll likely simply just be picking up on your current energies. Because whatever your current energies are showing there's going to be a correlation to what your immediate or potential future is going to look like. So, with your time here with me, Spirit will likely show you, if you do ask that question, they'll show me signs and symbols here to help you make adjustments to your current energies so that you're more in the position to be empowered to go after what it is that you want and create your future to how you want it to look like. Okay? So you have that question in your head. Okay. So, kind of same thing here. A little bit different, but another card that has to deal with some kind of loss, disappointment, crying over errors, or something like that. Okay, but this carries the least amount of weight in my readings. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay. So here, PJ Lav, I feel somebody is salty. Echo, Echo, what does salty mean? Like bitter.
Salty usually means tasting of or containing salt.
Okay, no, not like
It
that.
can also describe something sharp or witty, or relate to the sea and sailing. Would you like to know more about its different meanings?
Echo, stop. Sorry, I should have known better. I was gonna give you. Somebody's bitter here. Somebody's salty. Somebody's unhappy. Somebody's kind of like, ugh, like not in the best way. And uh, before I that came into my mind, I just kept seeing I can adjust. I can adjust. So that's likely spirit coming through here and wanting to give this affirmation to whomever, likely you. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes one more time. But there is intentions for forgiveness here, whatever this has to deal with. I do feel one or both people in regards to here do want to forgive and bring this back together. Okay. And there's a desire here. I think this is somebody's wishes. I think this is somebody's wishes and desires to create family or have family, or I don't know if this is like within the current whoever this has to deal with, or has to deal with like, oh, I want to create more family. I don't know. It's symbolic, but there's a want to create bonds and like, you know, forever bonds, meaningful bonds, significant bonds, home, feeling like you're at home, making people your home. And then I'll close you out here. So this is nice. But this is you. Are you like you're showing me that you're at some level whatever you went through likely hurt you, likely had to make you withdraw and retreat and look after yourself because whatever happened probably freaked you out on some level and you didn't feel good, you didn't know if you should give, you felt probably shouldn't give, but you're doing healing now here. I see you're connected with your heart and you're in a passive mode healing your shame. Okay? And so that's good that you're healing your shame. Where are you healing them here? Okay, there's a particular goal here that looks to me. Ooh, oh, okay. Yeah, there's a particular goal here. They just, okay, yeah, and your consciousness kind of just keeps continue to rise here. Yep, they just want you to keep going. This is obviously something long lasting. I'm gonna just get the affirmation to see what this actually has to do with, but I think this is good. They want you to focus on your future, to continue to stay active, and be the best that you can be, basically, and be at peace. Okay, but I still feel there's still like a hesitancy with you that you're carrying with you, and you're kind of just like, oh, I do, but I don't. I still feel that with you. So one more thing here, got spirit come through. I got it. It's almost like you've programmed yourself by accident by expecting disappointment. You've gotten so used to it that it's almost like, oh, here we go again. This is I bet on it, didn't I? There you go, disappointment. Whoop. Another point for moi. And so they're asking you to kind of shed this attitude a little bit and free yourself up and let yourself and the situation and the relationship evolve into something new. So try to forget the past and start creating a new dialogue here, a new perception. Okay, one that you and others can feel. Okay, let's read it. Perfect. thank you, PJ. Again, my name is JP, and welcome. I'm gonna go with everybody who is still here wants to get read. Just type in the number 1 in the chat, and then I'll go ahead and choose. Hope to see you again. Everybody who still wants to get read here, get a question answered, just type in the number 1 in the chat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and choose. So you have the chanter here. Who else? Oh, thank you. Spirit is really the one who's giving all these messages. I'm simply translating on their behalf. Art for the Dead, SS. I'm likely. There's a lot of people here I've never read before, so I'm trying to give them a little time with Spirit. But then again, also, I forgot to post my donation links. But if anytime anybody would like to just skip the whole line here, all you need to do is make a minimum of $5 on any of my donation links. It should be in the description, and then you can just let me know that you did. Okay, thank you so much for understanding. But other than that, I'm gonna try to do these for our new subscribes. So, who's been here the longest? I think, hi Heather, I think I'm gonna go with Lisa. Because I think I've seen your name here for a while. If I'm not mistaken. Aaron, I see Aaron here, but I don't know if they're still here. Deep Sue, I would have read for them, but I don't think they're here anymore. Oh, here. Okay, I'll go with Deep Sue. And then Lisa. I'll try to keep these short, okay? I'm trying to keep these short in general, but, you know. Okay, so just hold on to the question in your mind for me, Deep Sue. And, subscribers only. Yeah, you guys gotta subscribe. Remember to subscribe. Okay. Here we go, Deep Sue. Deep Sue, we have the Tower card that's coming through here as the Omen. So this is just gonna set as, I guess, just a theme here. But this card will usually come up in a reading when a turn of an unexpected event may occur, where people are just like not ready, but yet there's a good thing that comes about this because you realize like how strong bonds are basically, or foundations in general, whatever it has to do with. I don't know, it could do with a relationship, deal with a job, I don't know yet. But you get to look at this situation as a good thing, where you should look at it as a good thing, because you're like, okay, now I could get to see what is worth to me, and what sticks and what stays, and what wants to be with me and what doesn't, okay? It's just like a shedding. Close my eyes. Wow. Echo, I'm seeing a lion, a male lion, as a symbol here from Spirit. What is this being likely?
The male lion as a spiritual symbol represents strength, courage, and leadership. It embodies royal power and solar energy, connecting to themes of protection, authority, and personal growth. This symbol might be encouraging you to step into your power and lead with confidence in your spiritual journey.
And I'm feeling there's trust issues present here. There's trust issues.
Trust issues can create tension between the lion's natural
And
leadership and your need for
there's also a warning here to be careful of who you give your energy to. So, for example, this is the example that always comes up here. If I were in a relationship with a woman and I wanted to make sure that if I had children, that my partner would be the perfect parent as well as a partner or whatever. You know, I want somebody, my equal, so that I'm not picking up the slack, or I'm paying more of the bills, or I'm doing more of the work because my partner doesn't have it together. It's like that here. They want you to be careful with basically who you have children with is the symbol here. Because if you have a child with somebody, that's it. You're stuck with that. And it's going to create more issues for yourself. So they're trying to get you, right now, you're in the position to be like, okay, I don't want to create more problems for myself. So let me make sure that every decision I make starting now is going to minimize the risk for more issues. One last here. And I can tell that you have a lot of self-respect for yourself. You have a lot of, you put yourself up on a pedestal, and you know that, and you acknowledge that. And they're showing me a symbol here that you're kind of like a rock star. So give yourself credit here. And so I'm interpreting. So this symbol looks to me as though if you deserve the best, so make sure you choose the best. Okay? There you are in peace and enlightenment. Very good. And where are you guiding? Peace. There you go. And I'm going to get this one last here for you. Send you off. I don't know. I get the feeling that I don't know. I think you're still gonna go through this process, to be honest. So you can do whatever you like. But I brought you the messages, so you can do whatever you like with the information that I gave you. But I can feel you, like, I think you still want to stay, basically. I have no idea. But I think that's it. That's good. Just stay with your heart. Stay connected to your heart. Okay. I'm gonna go with Lisa. Hi, little lady. Is Lisa still here? No, Lisa? Art for the Dead? The Shanter? The Shanter or Art for the Dead? Okay. Going once, going twice. Heather? Heather? No? No, Heather? Okay, little lady. Oh, but there was a Heather Honey too. Like her name was Heather Honey. Okay, I'll go with little lady since you're actually here. So yeah, you guys gotta stick around to make sure that if I call your name, you're actually here. Okay. So, oh yeah, you have two screen names? Okay. So, yes. I want to give people the opportunity. If you want to actually give me the question that you want me to answer, that's fine. But if you don't want to tell me your question and you kind of just want to see what comes through, that is absolutely good. Fine too. I like that. But it's really up to you. But, yesterday some people were asking the questions, and what do I need to know about Brian coming in? Okay. And so it did give a little bit of an interesting factor when I actually knew what was being asked, and then my brain was like, oh, okay, this probably means this. Okay, pretty good omen that's coming through here. Set the reading. Tone of the reading is the Star card. This deals with being able to see your future as something positive, but something's coming from within you. So there's probably you're feeling hopeful, inspired, creative, optimistic. You're in a flow. There might be inner healing, transformation, things like this. Okay. This is pretty simple, what's coming through, and it's very subtle. So when things come in through very subtly, I'm starting to think that this is going to be a situation in which spirit doesn't really need to be in your face and be like, yo, what's wrong with you? You know, no, I shouldn't use that word. But there's a lot of times spirit will be in my face because they don't want me to miss the message. Here, they're really nonchalant, basically. And they're basically saying, continue loving him. Continue loving him. And continue being good to yourself. So, if you, in this situation, this question that you asked, if you have been maybe overthinking or had some kind of limiting beliefs, or maybe you've been shaming yourself in a way, this is a symbol that comes through when spirit wants me to tell someone to make sure that they're taking care of themselves, in every aspect, emotional, spiritually, physical. Yeah, this is really nice. I just feel you saying, I have hope. I have hope. And it's fully embodied. They can feel it. You're so calm. This is like your higher guidance coming through and wanting you to embody basically what I'm saying. I have hope, and to feel it on every aspect of yourself. And with that affirmation, I feel so calm. I feel safe. I think I'm about to. I think I'm about. I think I'm. I feel like I'm about to cry for some reason. You got it? Okay, and one last thing here for you. Yeah. I bet you you were literally at a point where you basically wanted to give up, right? Something happened where you were probably like, should I even keep going? Doesn't it make sense to give up now? But now, that part of you that wanted to give up, you're putting it to the side. You're putting it in the closet, and you say, you know what? This feeling of hopelessness, I don't think it's appropriate right now. And I know it's damaged me in a way. So for now, to minimize the harm, hey, hopelessness, you're going to go in the corner right there, and you're going to have a spa day. And that's basically what you're showing me. And then I'm going to ask Spirit how they're trying to guide you. Yeah. They, yeah. Yep. Love, joy, peace, enlightenment, and this just keeps getting more bigger and active here. So that's for you. You got your message. Congratulations. I feel like this is a healing moment for you. I really feel like something lifted here for you. So that's really nice for me to see. All right. Thank you. Welcome to One Card, One Affirmation, One Breath. Again, my name is JP. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to go with art for the dead ain't here. I think it's Driti. Yeah, Drishti. And then Beautiful Life. Hi! Hi from, hello. Hi, Katrina. Let me just get a drink of my water. So we're gonna go with Drishti. Drishti, if you could hold your question in your head for me. Alright. You can tell me the question if you want to tell me the question. You don't have to. Oh. Thank you for your feedback. Very helpful for me while I'm developing. Thank you so much. Little lady. Hope to see you soon. Mwah. I'm so grateful to know that this is doing something for people. Because when I first started doing this stuff, even myself, I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I was like, is this gonna like lead to something? So I'm glad. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you for the love. Hugs and kisses. Okay, so Drichi, so you got your question in your head, I trust. I'm gonna cry. Okay. So Drichi, the Knight of Wands is coming through here as basically the tarot card that they want to choose to set this kind of tone here. So when I see the Knight of Wands, it's usually somebody who's very passionate, they have a lot of energy, a lot of fire. They probably like to talk. They might talk a little bit too fast, where I'd say maybe like 10 to 20% of their words they'll probably won't regret saying. I wouldn't say no filter, but they could use a little bit more filter, whatever this has to do with. Or this could just deal with somebody who's very independent and they like to be on the go. They just follow their impulses and whatever feels good to them in the moment. So that's what that card means. But that carries the least amount of weight in my readings. So don't go too much into that. I don't know if this is, I want tomorrow to end, or I want tomorrow and then they're talking about an ending that you want. It's either of those two. I want something about future. Okay, so tomorrow is my symbol for future. So you're looking towards something, and I think looking you're looking forward to some kind of ending that you have your eyes set on. I think. This is nice. I think this has to do with, it looks, maybe it's achievement. Um, you're standing at a podium and you're giving, I think you're giving a speech to a crowd. So, and it feels good. I think you're working towards something. This has to do with something that's very important to you. You want change. Yeah, this is what you're working for. You're working towards change. But it has to do with something that's very, very, very important to you and very, very close to your heart. This has to do with money, huh? And I'm seeing a lot with, I'm seeing a man with glasses here. I don't know what that means. It must just look like somebody's like wanting to look closer at things, details, but also foreseeing the future or looking into the future, looking towards the future, anticipating the future, things like this. Do you know what this is? And then I'm going to look at the card here. But this looks good. I like it. Okay, but why are you in neutrality though? Okay, there you are. But you're very passive here, so this looks like something you're not working on currently. You've put it to the side. You're preparing to go back out there and be the best you can be and learn more and apply your skill, your talent, and try to make a difference and solve problems like from the heart? Okay, and then, yeah. And then you're trying to, yeah, think logically, rationally about solving issues, bring service from a rational standpoint, and then I'm trying to guide where's spirit guiding you? Where are you guiding them? Okay, they want you to spend more time in stillness with your heart. You have energy available to you that's going to recharge you. You're doing pretty good here. You're already here in the integrative paradigm here where this is self-confidence here. You're at neutrality, willingness, acceptance, where you've already likely done work and you're continuing to do work to make a difference, to feel good about yourself and have an influence. And what they want you to do as of this moment is they're asking you to spend more time and recharge yourself by spending time in stillness and spending time with your heart, your spiritual heart here, which guides you, centers you, balances you, and increases your compassion for yourself and others in the world. And yeah, they're trying to recharge you. They're trying to tell you to recharge yourself. I'm gonna get you one last impression and then I'll move on. Okay. So I think you're in the position to be kind of proud of yourself with whatever this has to do with. I feel like you have your kind of like your own unique style with whatever this has to do. And then they showed me the state of Texas. So this is symbolic. I don't know what it means yet, but it could mean like the biggest chunk, like significant chunk. I don't know. When I see that state of Texas, I mean it's the biggest state in the U.S. So you can interpret that yourself. So this was about a person. That's interesting because I did not feel that this has to do with a person, to be honest. So even though you asked, Echo, stop. So even though you asked about a person, I don't think they touched on this. I think this has to do more with your, I think this has to do with your soul's alignment, your soul's purpose, to be honest. So they will do that, even though you have a question in hand. Spirit will sometimes talk about things that they feel are more worth talking about. If I were gonna, I'm gonna close my eyes one last time here, and I'm gonna ask Spirit to give me a symbol here to answer your question about this reunite team reunion that you're seeking, and I'll give you that sign. Okay. Whoa. No, this doesn't look good. I'm seeing like a there's I'm it's like I'm seeing like a courtroom, and people are like lawyered up, and like, there's like this side and then there's that side. So this doesn't look good. One more. Okay. I don't think you should focus on this. I don't think this is something that is worth even wondering about, to be honest. Okay? It could change though. I always want to tell people that. Nothing is set in stone. The guidance is tailored to this moment and this moment only. Okay? All right. I need one more. I need maybe like two more people, because I don't have much time left. I'll do beautiful. Wait, anybody else? Holy Sharma. I needed to focus on some of these new subscribers here this morning. Is Sam still here? Katrina. Is Katrina still here? I just want to make sure you guys are letting me know that you're still here. So I appreciate people who have been waiting, honestly. Okay. Here, I'll give a symbol here for Katrina. I actually start my day job. I work in an office all day. So it's going to take a lot of my energy. Hopefully I'll be back here later on tonight after I take care of my dog, give him some time. But I have about 10 minutes left right now before I have to clock in. So I'm going to try to give some symbols here before. Yeah, this is for Katrina. I know everybody wants their questions read. I'm doing my best, okay? Doing my best. Let me just close my eyes, okay? So for Katrina, I'm just gonna skip the cards for now. Katrina. Okay. So I don't know. So two symbols are coming through here. They're showing me when I used to like skip class back in high school to go have fun with my friends. So that memory is coming up for me. And then I'm hearing one other thing over here. They're saying this doesn't cover all expenses. So, you know, this isn't these aren't the most positive signs that I'm getting here from the spirit world, from the universe. Okay. So I don't know how to interpret this one because the word alone is coming through here, but it doesn't mean literal to me. This usually means somebody who's seeking justice with patience and trying, and it signifies adaptability, the ability to control and manipulate your environment, and to be able to do it with grace. So one last thing here. Mm, I don't know. I'm seeing a symbol here for I see a coin. Whenever I see a coin, that usually means to choose yourself and to expense another. I'm going to clarify. I'm just going to make sure because, you know, I don't want to give anybody false guidance here. So here you are at reason, trying to think things through logically. And that's a very big active energy here. You're trying to make a difference from a logical standpoint, rational standpoint. That gets bigger and bigger. And where are you guiding here? Spirit. Same thing, and if anything, they're raising your levels of consciousness. He has been manipulated in the past by other women. I'm not like that. We've just started seeing each other. So yeah, so these are the signs. Keep going with it if it's something that you want to explore. But for me, from spirit here, I think this is going to be, for me, I think this is just going to be a flame. Okay. Let's try to do a few more here. Okay, beautiful life. Okay. Who's been here first? I think it was Beautiful Life. I think Beautiful Life was here first. So Beautiful Life, and then I'm trying to do more. Oh, no problem. I have to clock in pretty soon. Hold on. I gotta clock into my other job. Alright, so I'll go with Neural Kainat. New subscriber here. Okay, and my boyfriend. Okay, will we get married? Okay. So let me just give you some symbols here from Spirit. Okay. It's probably going to be my last one. Okay, I like this. Not bad. We have the Emperor card coming through here. I'm not going to go too much into this, but this deals with solid foundations, structure, law, guardianship, things like this. Okay. I don't know. This doesn't look the greatest, okay? I'm feeling somebody's desire to adjust, intention to adjust, okay? That's very general, so don't go into that. But I started to see my sign here that would indicate that somebody is more inclined to choose themselves, choose their happiness, putting all others' interests aside. Okay, I don't know yet. Okay, I'm gonna continue closing my eyes, but this is the part that makes me want to believe that this may not work out the way you want it. Echo, stop, because I started to see a bird fly, just basically just kind of like softly fly away, but at the same time, I wasn't like butthurt about it. I just saw the bird fly away, and I was like, oh, okay, you know. I wasn't like, no, no, come back, you know. So it's kind of just like, all right, you know. I'm feeling somebody who's very like in their power, and they're so like, just it's feel like self-interest, and they're like very kind of rigid, and they're like, I'm in control. They're like, it's like this. One last. Okay. So, this person who's like this, they really love themselves. Okay? They're looking out for number one. Okay? And then the last impression that I got is, I feel like this is you who's right next to them, and they're like, and you're like, you know what? I love myself too. You love yourself? Well, I love myself too. And then kind of like a bouquet of flowers kind of just stood there as almost like kind of like blessing the other person. You know what I mean? There wasn't any like tension or anything like this, but it was like, okay, you're happy, well, I'm happy too. Here's some flowers, kind of like that. Does it make sense? One last. And where are you guiding? Yeah. So if you had any intentions of trying to bring this thing together, and I feel like you're coming from a good place. You have really good energies, okay? You're coming from a place of your heart. You're coming from a kind, non-judgmental place. And I see whatever I've told you today has likely made you go passive and rethink and reevaluate your intentions. And Spirit says that, sees that, and they support you with that. And then one last thing. I have control. That's you. This is how your higher self wants you to embody. I have control. And I see you have a smirk on your face. So you're good. All right? Okay, guys, it's 9:02. I gotta officially start my day job. It has been a pleasure. Hopefully I'll see you guys later tonight if I'm not completely pooped. And thank you for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notifications, and yeah. Can anybody bring me to 870? Anybody want to make my day and bring me up to 870? Can you double tap the screen here too? It's okay, no expectations. 870, 870. Okay, thanks everybody. Good night. I'll be back on later. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications for when I come on later. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the love.